Those were the forefathers. What about the founding fathers? 150 years later, the George Washingtons, the Thomas Jeffersons, Benjamin Franklin, Madison, John Adams, the people that framed the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, the real beginnings of the United States of America. In that 150 years, did they lose that deep faith of our forefathers? Were they really a bunch of atheists, agnostics, and deists, like modern historians tell us? I needed to find that out. Expert in the country for original source documents during the founding era. David Barton has the largest private collection of Bibles and documents and textbooks from early America. I wanted to see John Hancock's John Hancock for myself.
What are these?
This is a family Bible done in 1798. This Bible was funded by about a dozen signers of the Constitution and signers of the Declaration, as well as by President John Adams and Vice President Thomas Jefferson. They're the guys who put up the financial backing to do this Bible.
Funded by signers of the Declaration?
And Constitution. Yeah.
And Constitution.
Yeah, Gunny Bedford, signer of the Constitution. John Dixon, signer of the Constitution. You had so many of the signers who were part of this. Alexander Hamilton helped fund this Bible.
Because they wanted families together.
They wanted the Word of God out to every family.
Because they believed that would make for a better country.
Makes for a better country, makes for a better faith. And again, this is a product of our atheist, agnostic, deist founding fathers, or at least we're told that's who they are today. When you see this stuff, you go, wait a minute, these guys, why would any atheist, agnostic, or deist promote the Word of God, fund it, and want it distributed to every family and everyone in America? Why would they fund a Bible that you can take and give out to your neighbors to evangelize them? Doesn't make sense if they're atheist, agnostic, deist. Now, on the other hand, if these guys happen to be Christians, this makes a lot of sense. This is one of the rarest books in the world. This little book right here, really delicate. It's done in 1782. This is the first Bible ever printed in English in America. They printed 10,000 of them. There's 22 left in private hands. This is one of them. So, one of the rarest books in the world. What's cool is this Bible, the Bible of the Revolution, was printed by the Congress of the United States. So Congress printed the first English language Bible. They said in Congress that this Bible is, quote, a neat edition of the Holy Scriptures for the use of our schools, end quote. So the Founding Fathers in Congress printed the first Bible in English, and they did it for the use of schools? I didn't think they wanted the Bible in schools. It's what we hear. It's what we've been told. The Bible was put in schools back in 1647, first public school law. We kept it in schools till 1963 when the court said, yeah, we've done it 320 years, let's do something different. And now we're told the Founding Fathers never wanted the Bible in schools. That one piece of history right there proves exactly opposite. Real simple.
So hold on. The United States Congress was commissioning and printing Bibles to be given to all the people because they knew that that's what would produce the character necessary to make America blossom and flourish and thrive. Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson understood that without Christianity, you have no basis for a free and just nation, and that's why they promoted the principles of Christianity, even if they were not themselves personal, genuine followers of Jesus Christ.
These arguments that we're hearing that, Christianity was not a significant part of their lives. If anything, they were deists. They're just simply, those arguments are simply based on ignorance or deliberate denying it.
Yeah, anybody who knows history knows it's a deliberate attempt. Now, I believe there's a lot of people who repeat this ignorantly because they simply teach what they were taught in school. They got this in school. But there was a generation that absolutely got this wrong, no question about it, and they did it deliberately. Now, this is a book done by two professors, Kramnik and Moore. These are Cornell University professors. It's a book called The Godless Constitution. These guys, they assert founding fathers were all atheists, agnostics, deists, and that's why they gave us the godless document, because they themselves were godless. So they go through and lay it. Now, I find this used as a textbook in universities all over the country. You know, they go through and lay out their whole case. And, I mean, you see the letters we just pulled and documents we got everywhere around here. And you go, what's the documentation for this thing that none of the founders believed in God, that they had a secular government, a godless constitution? And so you look at the footnotes. Yeah, you go to the bibliography at the back, and you get back here to the end, and it talks about a note on sources. Now we're looking at footnote sources. This is going to be cool. And when you get here, look what these two professors say. We have dispensed with the usual scholarly apparatus of footnotes. We're not documenting a single thing.
Whoa, wait a minute.
A note on sources. Now we're looking at footnote sources. This is going to be cool. And when you get here, look what these two professors say. We have dispensed with the usual scholarly apparatus of footnotes. We're not documenting a single thing. And you get back here to the end, and it talks about a note on sources. Now we're looking at footnote sources. This is going to be cool. And when you get here, look what these two professors say. We have dispensed with the usual scholarly apparatus of footnotes. We're not documenting a single thing. Everybody trusts us. We're PhDs. We're telling you all these guys are atheist agnostic. Do you think there's any kid going to university in America today who could write a thesis paper and not footnote it and have a professor not tear their head off? And yet we got two professors saying, oh, no, it's a godless constitution. They're all godless. Now, we don't have to footnote anything. We've dispensed with that usual stuff because everybody knows they're godless. This is pure revisionism. This is the kind of stuff where it's deliberate. You got to work really hard, and the reason they couldn't document it is you're not going to find original documents like that. You can find maybe 2 or 3 documents out of 100,000 maybe. That's the best they can come up with, and that's just, again, the exception, not the rule, and that's the way we teach history today. We say, well, founders were all slave owners because Jefferson owned slaves. Well, that's one of the 56 signers of the deck. How about the 70% of the signers of the deck that were abolitionists and formed the first abolition societies? Well, the founders were all atheist, agnostics, deists because Jefferson and Franklin. Well, how about the other 54? How about the fact that of the 56 signers of the Declaration, 29 of those guys held seminary degrees? More than half the signers were seminary. We never talked about that. And that's what these guys do. They may find a piece or two here. They don't even footnote it, but they might find a piece or two to prove their case. Every piece they find, we can find 50, 70, 100, 200, exactly the opposite. But this is what kids get in college now.
Wow. I mean, these documents that I held in my hands proved to me that our founding fathers did not lose that deep faith in God. They didn't ditch the strategy of the Pilgrims. In fact, they were following it. Congress was printing Bibles, and they were paying to send them into homes and churches and schools.